Hey everyone, nice to see you again. I've been suffering tremendously from first world problems the last week and haven't had any internet. And I'm kidding, it's been actually kind of nice. But I haven't been able to post any videos, so I'm back. I'm happy to be back. Joining you on the Wholehearted 100. I don't even know what day I'm at. It's somewhere in the 40s, around 50. And starting to feel really good. Things are starting to get easier, but still have my rough days like the rest of us. So today I want to talk to us about the science of flow. What is the one, I just gave away the answer. What is the one common factor? Imagine that you didn't hear what I just said. What is the one common factor in everything that human beings enjoy in life? Everything, whether it's watching a good movie, making love, going to a concert, playing music, painting, writing a poem, cooking, eating. There's one common factor to all of these things. When we are truly enjoying ourselves, we are in a state of presence. We are fully here. And it's not just like a kind of a casual, like be here now kind of moment, like be here now. People talk about that. It's a popular kind of philosophy. And but it's actually a very rich and full absorption in life, and what some social scientists are calling a state of flow. So a state of flow is different than just kind of like, I'm here. Of course, it's the practice of just being here and being grounded, being in our bodies, feeling our butts on the chair, our feet on the ground, the air around us, our breath coming in and out. That's a really great practice. It's really important. But this is not what I'm talking about in terms of those exalted moments that we enjoy more than anything. The one common factor of all of them is a full absorption, this state of flow where we are actually kind of lost in the moment in a certain manner of speaking. Ironically enough, we kind of lose even a sense of our self-referencing, our thinking, and we're just kind of engrossed, we're enraptured, we're in awe. And so if that's the number one factor that is common for all things that we enjoy, then I suggest, why don't we practice that? Why don't we practice being in a state of flow on a more regular basis? Why don't we cultivate the ability to be in a state of flow so that we don't just wait for it to happen by chance when we're enraptured by the fireworks or, caught up in the moment in the crowd at the concert. Instead, we can cultivate that. And of course, we can enjoy all those things too. And that's going to be even more amazing. But there are tremendous benefits to being in a state of flow on a regular basis. Psychological benefits, physical benefits, spiritual benefits. And so I want to talk about a state of flow. This is a great book, Super Better by Jane McGonigal. Highly recommend it. And she says, is any form of pleasurable distraction a viable tool for disrupting anxiety? So this is also, she's talking about how being in a state of flow and actually game playing can actually disrupt anxiety and panic. And she says the problem, comic books, music, cartoons, some like TV watching, things like that, we might be in the present moment. We might not be thinking about our past or worried about our future. We might be in the quote unquote here and now, but they don't offer the same level of absorption. And so what she's talking about, flow is the state of being completely, she says, cognitively absorbed, but I'm going to say cognitively is going to give us maybe the idea that it's too mental of an experience. This is a very embodied experience. It's very visceral. Flow is the state of being completely viscerally absorbed in an activity. It's not mere distraction or engagement, it's full engagement. In a state of flow, you lose track of time and you lose track of even a sense of self. Flow is considered an extremely positive psychological state and perhaps the most optimal state that we can be in. This is like what athletes call being in the zone. This state is inherently pleasurable. It's got all sorts of benefits for us, and we are inherently more effective and skillful and capable when we're in that state of flow. Okay? And so here are the three qualities that we can cultivate to be in a state of flow. And we don't need to wait, like I'm saying, we don't need to wait for those huge exalted moments. It emerges when we have a clear goal, a challenging task to perform, and sufficient skills to meet those challenges. Those are the three factors. A clear goal, a challenging task, challenge. We need to challenge ourselves to be in a state of flow. That's why things like TV and sometimes even book reading, things like that, although nothing wrong with them inherently, maybe one a little bit more fruitful than the other, but still, they don't often put us into a state of flow, unless, of course, we know what the parameters of flow are, and when we create those parameters even for those ordinary activities. So, clear goal, a challenge, and sufficient skills to meet that challenge. So that's an important third factor. It's like we can't challenge ourselves. The challenge can't be so beyond our current skill or capacity that it's overwhelming, and then that's just anxiety producing or produces a sense of failure. But it also can't be so easy that we don't feel challenged. So we can practice being on our growing edge with these things and bring a state of flow into our lives. And here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm saying. Instead of waiting for those concert moments or the magical sunrise that kind of captures our attention, I'm saying, why don't we bring these principles? And this is a book about the importance of games and how games and playing bring a playful spirit into our life, how much benefit that has. And there's more on that I could possibly go into in this moment. But again, Super Better by Jane McGonigal. Read it, check it out. She's got a great TED Talk too. And so but I can do this, I can take these three principles of flow and add them to anything. So if I'm brushing my teeth, I can balance on one leg and see if I can balance the whole time. I can challenge myself. I say, I wonder if I can balance. That's my goal. I challenge myself to put a timer on to brush my teeth for 2 minutes, which most of us don't usually do. And the whole time I'm going to balance on one leg. I'm going to balance on my right leg, and I'm going to brush my teeth with my left hand, which is the awkward hand that I'm not used to using. And so that's going to, so that's a challenge, okay? But I think I have sufficient skills to meet that challenge. But I'm going to be, just by setting the goal, just by doing the challenge, I'm going to be now absorbed. I'm going to be engaged instead of brushing my teeth and thinking about what I'm going to do today or what I did yesterday or, oh, I wonder if I have an extra wrinkle today or an extra gray hair, all these things. So instead, I'm fully absorbed in the challenge, using my left hand, balancing on my right foot, have a timer so I know that it's finite. I know that there's a goal. I know that I can stay absorbed for those 2 minutes. And boom, I can enter into a state of flow. Just doing a simple, ordinary activity. I can do this doing the dishes, changing my kid's diaper, paying bills. Mom, easy for you to say, come on, I know you're only kidding, but you can do this with anything, right? You can do this with anything. Doing dishes, gardening. Add a clear goal, make it into a game, add a clear goal, make it into a game, challenge yourself, and be within have a sufficient skill level to meet whatever challenge that is, okay? So that's how we enter into a state of flow. That's how we cultivate the number one factor that is consistent with everything that we enjoy about life, is a state of being enraptured, a state of being in awe, a state of flowing. Oh, that's just the wrinkle in the gray hair. So my mom's commenting now, and she's saying, easy for you to say about not worrying about the wrinkles in the gray hair. But Mom, you look great, young, vibrant, happy, and in love. And I got some salt and pepper going myself. So in any event, here we go. Cultivate a state of flow. Bring it into your ordinary life. Don't wait for it to happen. Cultivate it. And then in those moments where it was going to happen on its own, because it really is a kind of a special occasion, you're going to be able to enjoy it that much more because of your intentionality, because of your ability to enter into that state at will. Okay? So have fun with it. Be creative. Use your own kind of creative genius to discover where and when you can make these challenges. I can make a challenge as I'm driving to work that that I'm not going to I can make a challenge that I'm not going to pick up my phone the whole time, or something like that. Just even setting a challenge like that, setting a challenge like that, then that engages the part of my brain that has me now absorbed. And then, okay, so there's a million ways that we can do this. It's up to you to kind of figure it out what works right for you. Clear goal, challenge, sufficient skills to meet the challenge, enter into a state of flow, be happy, live long, healthy, full of love and joy. Love you all. Nice to see you again.